Hello and welcome to SAP Learning Academy and welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I will be telling you about one of the DML statement, that is marge delta. I will be telling you what is the use of this statement. Also, I will be telling you the syntax and its other parameters, and I will be giving you some example so that you can easily understand the use of this statement. So let me go into the next slide. And before starting the syntax and all, let me tell you some concept about marge delta. In SAP HANA database, as you might know that every column store table is having two stories or two sections. One is the delta storage and the other one is the main storage. The main storage is responsible for all kind of compressed data, and the delta storage is having the data where any kind of insertion or deletion is possible. And in SAP HANA database, there is a functionality available that whenever the data in the delta storage exceeds some level of amount of data, then it transfers the data into the main storage automatically. But using this statement, marge delta, we can explicitly write the SQL code. We can write the SQL statement and we can transfer the delta data into the main storage. So that is the concept of marge delta. So let me begin with the syntax. So in the syntax, we can see that the marge, then history, that is optional, and delta of, then you write the table name, the column store table, which actually you want to transfer the data from delta to main. And then part n means suppose if you have multiple partition in your table, then you can do some partition of the table, you can transfer the data. And with parameter, then parameter list, and these are all optional fields I will be describing you now. So this slide is for the syntax element. So this marge, after that you have to write history. The what is the use of history? Let me tell you that it marches the history delta storage of a table into the history main storage of column store temporal table. So the use of history means, suppose even in the delta storage you have the section uh, history section, so it loads the data of history section into the history section of your main storage. And the delta of table name, you have to specify the table name with the, and it is optional that schema name may not be required here, just you write the table name. And if you write the schema name, that's okay. Then the part n, so part n means it marches the delta of specific table partition of the table's main storage. So it actually marches the to one of the main storage. Suppose it marches the delta of a specific table partition to the table main storage. So suppose, as I told, that in your table, that column table, you have multiple partitions. Sometimes we do partition in the table. Then if you want to do some part like part 1 or part 2, then you can do by that. And with parameter means it passes options that are specific to column store. So it is kind of, with parameters mean parameter list. Suppose you want to transfer some parameter. Now if you don't want to transfer all the data, if you want to transfer some part of the data, some list, then you can specify that. And in the parameter you have two more options, that is the smart marge on and off. So this smart marge on off means, actually if you specify the parameter name as smart marge with on, then in the SAP HANA database actually it does the margin function now with its available configuration of smart marge. So let me tell you the example quickly so that you can easily understand that. So you can easily write like this: marge delta of A. A is a table. Suppose A is my table, and you want to march the data, all the delta data of A into the main storage. Just simply you can write this. That can be done. And suppose if you want to use the smart marge, as I told, that it uses the the best available configuration of your SQL. So smart marge of A with parameters smart merge on. So this also actually transfers the data from your delta to main storage. And in this example, I have showed about the partition. Suppose if your table having multiple partition and you want to just transfer the data uh, of your part 1 partition, so you can write like this. So merge delta of A, then partition 1. Now you want to your this delta is having history data, so merge the table A history storage into its history main storage. So if you want to transfer the the history data of your delta into the history of main storage, so you can write the history. And similarly, if you have in the history delta you are having some partition, so you can specify this by this part 1, or whatever partition you have, you can specify here. So that's all about this small example of this statement, this merge statement. That is a really important concept, because if you want to explicitly write some SQL code, you want to transfer the data, so you can use this merge delta statement. And if you have any question or comment, you can write in the comment box. Please like and subscribe my channel, and thank you for watching. And please look into my other tutorials. I have given the link in the below description. Thank you for watching, and see you with the next video.